Dilwale Dulhaniya Le Jayenge, Karma, Khosla Ka Ghosla, A Wednesday, to name a few. He has also appeared in acclaimed international films such as David O. Russell's Oscar-winning Silver Linings Playbook, the Golden Globe-nominated Bend It Like Beckham, and Anthony Maras's Hotel, Mumbai. A BAFTA-nominated actor, he is a recipient of the Could I request Miss Tanya Sahni to please come forward and welcome Anupam ji. One of the things that I have learned from Anupam ji is how he proudly celebrates the association of a family. Tanya ji is Parikshit ji's daughter and has travelled all the way from Singapore for this event and to celebrate the launch with her beloved father. Please. Our second guest for the session is empirically synonymous with grace. I am equally happy and proud to introduce Ms. Deepti Naval. Deepti ji is an artist in the true sense of the word. She is a celebrated. Could I now request Mrs. Poonam Jam to kindly come forward and welcome Deepti ji. One of the things that I love reading in Deepti ji's recent book is her incorrigible respect for her elders. Coming from a traditional family, it is only righteous on my part to gather the blessings of an elder of my family. Before we begin, thank you Poonam Bua for all your love, unconditional support and of course the delicious food. And now today, Mr. Parikshat Balraj Sahni. Parikshit ji never wanted to be an actor, imagine. In the book Strange Encounters, Parikshit ji will tell you exactly why the never was so Could I request Mr. Rahul Srivastav to kindly come forward and welcome Parikshit ji. Rahul bhai is the MD of Simon & Schuster and the man behind this afternoon today. Please have a seat, sir. Please have a seat. Yeah, everybody, that's a reminder for us to put our phones on silent. And now, as eager as you all are to get me off this podium, I'm equally eager to come that side and listen to the magic of conversation.
Look, I think you can hear me. Hello. You see, there was a fellow called, in our time, there used to be an actor called Victor Macho. And when I was in school, he was very popular. He did a movie called Samson and Delilah. He was a tough man. And he went from the East Coast to the West Coast. And he stopped at a motel. And that fellow the fellow in charge looked at the register and said, "You are an actor. We don't allow actors in this hotel. Get the hell out of here." And he looked at the man and said, "Look, I am no actor and I have 50 films to prove it." So I, as a writer, have no right to say that I am a writer because I have read his books and I have read her book and they are the real writers. Anupam Saab's book I am reading right now, the first one is, out of print because 4 editions of it, of your biography. And her book is called Childhood, which is incredible. I'm reading it now. I'm reading his book on coronavirus, which is incredible. Because what I've noticed about him is that he is an inveterate optimist. I mean, if you read the book, it is a motivational book actually. Because I read the book and I felt so much lighter. He's absolutely great. And as for her book, it is, takes you back to, we are from Rawalpindi, unfortunately I don't know Amritsar very well. But it gives you a very, very beautiful picture of the Punjab. And for those who have not read it, I suggest that you must buy the book and read it. That's all I have to say. I want to thank from the bottom of my heart both of them for coming here, especially Anupam ji, of whom I am a great, great, great fan, because not only as an actor, but as a great writer, because I read his book. And as for his extracurricular activities, he's incredible. And so is Deepti. She is a very beautiful writer. And I've seen her paintings. They are fantastic. And she went to an art school. And I keep telling her, why don't you have an exhibition? You must have one. But I hope she agrees with me someday and has it. And that's all I have to say.
Thank you, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here. I have been looking forward to Parikshat ji's book. There was a friend called Ali Peter John, who had been telling me forever that मैं परीक्षित जी के पीछे पड़ा हूँ कि आप किताब ज़रूर लिखो अपने बारे में, अपनी लाइफ के. He done a book on Balraj ji, and so Ali had been telling me कि मैं ये किताब तो लिखवा के ही रहूँगा. So I do give credit to our dear departed friend Ali Peter John for having prodded Parikshat ji to finish this book, which I think he has been writing. शुरू तो बहुत साल पहले की होगी, बहुत साल पहले, he's written a few chapters and then he had to complete it. I, for one, I must tell you, I've always identified a writer in Parikshat ji. I've always been telling him, you must write, na? You must write, because father was a writer, and he had it in him all this while. In fact, I've always felt that he should have been writing all these years. Yes, Bhisham ji to khair, wo to sabhi jante Bhisham ji, but Balraj ji, the way he has written about his experiences, and I've always seen you as a writer. I've always seen that in you. So really, I'm honestly saying, it's not something that ये stage पे आकर के ये बोलना है, नहीं. I've always felt that Parikshat ji has a heart which, he has a feel for things, the way he perceives things. It's special, it's different. You have many people that you come across in the industry, your colleagues, they become friends, and Parikshat ji has stayed more than a friend over the years for me. So I've learned also so much from him, and I'm very happy that I'm part of this afternoon, this morning, with this book in my hand finally. So thank you, Parikshat ji, for this effort.
Thank you, Deepti. Thank you, Parikshat ji. I'll tell you why I am here. So, Parikshat ji, आज से 2-3 महीने, in his typical brother type of conversation, he says, brother एक किताब लिखी है, and मैं चाहता हूँ कि आप इस पे आएं, ज़रूर आएं. तो Parikshat ji, we don't meet very often, whether it's Deepti, but I always believe that there are certain relationships which are like a pause button on a tape recorder. Where you leave, you start dubbing, it starts from there where you had left. So, you have been a great optimist. That is the greatest quality that I see in you. We have met in the past, and every time you met me with so much of enthusiasm, so much of joy, and so much of happiness. And it's not only with me.
You are like that.
No, I have seen you with everybody meeting, all those people, Malvika and everybody who have come here, I think have come for their love for you. Because frankly speaking, I have yet to read the book, but I will be reading it. But you, and on top of it, you're from Shimla. And Balrajji had a very beautiful bungalow on Baluganj, and we used to cross that place and we used to say that Balraj Sahni Sahab yahan rehte hain at that time. And we had, it was like a sense of wonder because we've grown up watching his films. And I like the title of your book, Strange Encounters, because I think all of us have had some strange encounters. Thank you for introducing us with so much of love and so much of authenticity. You're right, these days books are, you don't really see that atmosphere of a bookshop. From a small town, I can tell you that bookshops were the most amazing dream place for us. We had a bookshop called Batish and Company. वो पुरानी किताबें रखते थे. I was introduced to my first book by my छोटे चाचा. उन दिनों वो रशियन लिटरेचर ट्रांसलेट होता था सोवियत यूनियन का. तो मदर करके जो मैक्सिम गोर्की का नावल था माँ, वो मेरी पहली किताब थी. And then one got so intoxicated by that magic of books that it really remained with me. At a time I had more than, I think, 14,000 books. And then unfortunately, 2005, the floods came in Mumbai and all my books got submerged in my office. But thank you for inviting us. Thank you for this wonderful afternoon. We don't have these kind of afternoons where people are just sitting here and chatting. And it's an afternoon about books, authors, memories, strange encounters. वरना शाम को जो पार्टी होती है या शाम को जो इवनिंग होती है उसमें पता नहीं क्यों लोग जल्दी में होते हैं, सुन कम रहे होते हैं, बोल ज्यादा रहे होते हैं और वो अपने आप से बातें कर रहे होते हैं, दूसरे से बात नहीं करते. या they're talking at people rather than talking to people. So let me start with my strange encounter and then we'll ask Deepti and you. When I came to Mumbai on the 3rd of June 1981, Parikshat ji, I had come with a gold medal from drama school. But I was bald and thin. This is a very dignified, sexy, bald look. But when you are balding at some stage, half the hair have gone from here, half the hair from here. So that's not a very great look. And in Mumbai at that time, to be an actor without hair was impossible task. I did not know that. यहाँ कहते थे आपका हेयर स्टाइल है कि नहीं है, बाल हैं कि नहीं, तो आप एक्टर बन सकते हो, बिना बाल के आप एक्टर कैसे बन सकते हो. अरे मैंने कहा नेशनल स्कूल ऑफ ड्रामा का गोल्ड मेडलिस्ट हूँ, मुझे सब कुछ पता है. नहीं 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 नहीं, बाल नहीं है, आप असिस्टेंट बन जाइए, राइटर बन जाइए. तो जितने थोड़े बहुत मैंने पैसे इकट्ठे किए थे वो तो 3 महीने में खत्म हो गए. एंड आई यूज्ड टू लिव इन बैंड्रा ईस्ट. माय लैंडलेडी वाज अ धोबन. हाँ, तो हम 4 स्टूडेंट्स एक कमरे में. मिस्टर सेठी इज हियर एंड हिज लवली वाइफ. सो सच अमेजिंग मेमोरीज ऑफ एवरीबडी. तो धोबन जो थी वो किचन में सोती थी अपने 4 बच्चों के साथ और मैं 4 स्टूडेंट्स मतलब जो थे, हम 4 स्ट्रगलिंग एक्टर्स, वो दूसरे कमरे में सोते थे. तो पहले दिन मैंने उससे पूछा, उसके बड़े बेटे से, कि भाई मेरा एड्रेस क्या है. तो उसने कहा कि मैं लिख के देता हूँ. कि मैंने कहा मेरे फादर को बोलना पड़ेगा कि इस एड्रेस पे चिट्ठी लिखो. तो जब उसने एड्रेस ला के दिखा मैं ज़ोर से हंसा. और वो एड्रेस मेरा क्या था पहला, अनुपम खेर 2/15 खेरवाड़ी खेर नगर खेर रोड बैंड्रा ईस्ट. तो मैंने कहा मुझे तो दुनिया की कोई ताकत नहीं रोक सकती है. बट मुंबई इज अ सिटी विच गिव्स चांस टू एवरीबडी, बट also it's a city, if you're not somebody, people are not really looking at you. Means you are, it has a place for everybody. दिन नहीं कटता था, दिन कटता ही नहीं था। सुबह हो जाती थी, आप रोज, आप आजकल की तरह थोड़ा है कि आप कास्टिंग डायरेक्टर के पास जा सकते हैं, देयर इज अ प्रोफेशनल वे ऑफ फाइंडिंग वर्क। उन दिनों दरवाजे खटखटाने होते थे। देवानंद साहब के पास गया था मैं, तो उन्होंने पहले पढ़ा, अनुपम तू बाय 15 खेरवाड़ी, खेर नगर, खेर रोड है तुम्हारा एड्रेस। बट ही वॉज वेरी एंथुजियास्टिक एंड ही वॉज वेरी वेरी लविंग। राही मासूम साहब रजा वगैरह, फिर वो भी खत्म हो गया। तो मैं क्या करता था, जस्ट टू किल टाइम, मैं बैंड्रा ईस्ट से लोकल ट्रेन लेता था और मैं ऑल द वे चर्नी रोड तक जाता था और फिर वापस आता था। तो मैं दिन में 3-4 बार करता था ऐसा, तो टाइम कट जाता था। और ऑल्सो मैं लोगों को देखता था, तो मुझे लगता था कि लोगों को देख के एक आगे जाके मेरे को हेल्प होगी एक्टिंग में। तो एक पर्टिकुलर सीट होती थी जो खिड़की के पास होती थी और मैं खिड़की से बाहर देखता था। एंड ट्रेन में ट्रेजेडी जरा ज्यादा एक्सेंचुएट हो जाती है, प्लेन में ऐसा नहीं लगता है। तो मैं ऐसे सोचता था कि किसी दिन तो मेरा कुछ ना कुछ होगा। तो एक दिन जब मैं बैठा तो मेरे साथ वाली सीट पर, जिस सीट पे मैं बैठता था वहां पर एक श्रीमान जी बैठे थे विद डार्क ग्लासेस एंड लुकिंग आउट ऑफ द विंडो एंड विद अ स्टिक इन हिज हैंड। सो आई सेड ओके नाउ आई विल सिट नेक्स्ट टू हिम। सो एज द ट्रेन मूव्ड, he was looking outside and told me, young man, you're restless. You're restless. So मैंने कहा हाँ जी, why are you restless? हिंदी बोला, क्यों आप रेस्टलेस क्यों हैं? मैंने कहा जी मैं पढ़ा लिखा एक्टर हूँ, मुझे काम नहीं मिल रहा है, बड़ी बेइज्जती होती है, मैं चक्कर काटता हूँ। अच्छा तो कलरफुल कपड़े पहना करो। तो मैंने वाइट शर्ट पहनी हुई थी, तो मैंने कहा कि उससे कर नहीं पहनो, कलरफुल शर्ट पहनो। ओके सर। आफ्टर सम टाइम ऑन इन एल्फिंस्टन रोड वो गाड़ी रुकी ट्रेन, तो वो उठा एंड ही वॉकड आउट एंड आई डिस्कवर्ड ही वाज अ ब्लाइंड मैन। सो फॉर ए ब्लाइंड मैन टू टेल मी दैट यू शुड वेयर ए कलरफुल क्लोथ्स, it was so unbelievable. I sat in that train at the same time so many months to find out who that person was. I couldn't find out. So this is the strangest encounter. Whenever I feel a little low and I think things are not working in my favor, I wear colorful clothes. आजकल मेरे दिन अच्छे चल रहे हैं तो मैंने कुछ भी पहना। So that, I think the title reminded me of that. What made you? I know आपकी आवाज बहुत अच्छी है, मगर फिर भी.
There is a lady called Tanuf Khan. Will you please stand up? She's the one who suggested it. She's my editor, and she reads all my stuff. Tanuf Khan. There's nothing written without her going through it once. She's the one who suggested encounters. And I just said, please add strange to it because they look very strange to me, these encounters.
What is the strangest encounter that you had in life? One of the strangest.
Well, it was the strangest. I'd say that there were two. One is with one is in the second chapter, where I ran into. I went
the one
to
about Marina and Tchaikovsky.
She's like, she can read about it actually.
Yes.
आप
थोड़ा सा बताएं उसकी background.
You see, the background is that there was a lady called Irina Vladimirovna. Sorry, Irina Nikolaevna.
हाँ.
She was our teacher of. There used to be a subject called Nauchny Atheism, which is scientific atheism. She used to teach us scientific atheism. She looked like an icon straight from a church. She was so beautiful that the whole class. And she took us to. She took us to St. Petersburg, all the foreigners. And we went to a concert of Tchaikovsky, Swan Lake.
Tchaikovsky's
Tchaikovsky.
Swan Lake.
Pyotr Ilyich Tchaikovsky. And I heard the Swan Lake thing, and I was sharing a room with an Iraqi fellow. And I couldn't get that Swan Lake out of my head. I said, something's wrong with me. Yaar, 1 baj gaye, raat ke 2 baj gaye, neend nahi aa rahi. Why is it going on and on and on and on in my head? And it was Leningrad. It was called St. Petersburg. Now it's called St. Petersburg. I picked up my overcoat, autumn overcoat and walked out on the streets. And it was white nights, in this big, it's in the Arctic Circle.
Yeah, the midnight sun.
So you have the midnight sun. The sun doesn't really go down. And I said, I'll go walk. Why the hell can't I get this Tchaikovsky out of my head, yaar? It's going on and on. It's 2 o'clock in the morning, and she'll tell you why I couldn't. And this is the strangest thing that happened to me.
Yeah,
Let's have her.
Yeah. And Parikshat ji, what he does is he walks into a graveyard.
I first walked into a church.
First the church.
Church.
Yeah.
I am hoping that, this choir of music in the church at 12 o'clock at night or 1 o'clock, they have midnight mass there. And they sing very well, these Ruskis. I thought it would help me get rid of this Tchaikovsky. It didn't. It's still going on in my head, yaar. Then I walked out. I said, yaar, this is pagal ho raha hu, something is wrong with me. And I saw a graveyard in front. It was a beautiful graveyard. Please.
Yeah, so he says, I walked into the graveyard admiring the statues of angels and other captivating figures. I got tired as I walked around. The overture began to ring louder and louder. I was getting fed up and decided to sit down with my back to one of the gravestones and relax for a while. I must have sat there for about half an hour, struggling still with the overture and the memory of Marina Nikolaevna's soft touch. ये जब बैठे थे उनके साथ तो थोड़ा बहुत touch भी था.
All in love with this girl.
When I heard her soft touch, when I heard the sound of feet coming towards me, I was shocked to see Novosadov, Marina Novosadov, and 2 cops on their way to me in great hurry. Novosadov was livid.